Hey everyone, welcome back to CP Whiskey Creek in N-Scale. This video is going to highlight the Steeltown RPM meet that was held just a couple weeks back in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. So let's get started. This RPM meet was held at the Eva Rothwell Center, which is on Wentworth Street in Hamilton, Ontario. And this is also the home of the Holmes Train Club, which is the HO Model Engineers Society, and there'll be a little bit more about their layout in a short bit. I was actually there working, representing an organization that I'm part of, but I still was able to take in a lot of the sites and many of the other organizations that were there, some of the other historical societies like the CP and CN Historical Society, as well as the THB were there. And then on top of all that was just some spectacular modeling. If you've never been to an RPM meet, I strongly recommend that you do, even if you're not at that modeling caliber, which I certainly know I'm not. It's very inspiring to see the work that people put on. They bring in their model, put it on display. Many times they'll have the reference photos or the reference material that they use to model this specific one. And if you didn't know what RPM meet, it means Railroad Prototype Modeler. So these are people who are going for very realistic, something that actually existed, and they're trying to get it right down to the exact cables and people and everything, all the exact details to make it extremely realistic. Now I'm certainly biased because there was a lot of TH&B stuff that was there, especially since we're in Hamilton and this was one of the primary areas that the TH&B operated. So there was tons of TH&B stuff on display, lots of nice CP stuff as well, and lots of everything else. A couple dioramas, certainly no shortage of highly detailed, highly weathered, very realistic looking models. Also on display were several manufacturers, including some of the 3D printing companies, and of course one of my favorite ones that I like working with is Osborne Model Kits. They had a display there as well. In addition to all the modeling on display, many RPM meets, and this one was no different, would have a series of clinics. And these had topics that varied from how operations actually were done on a specific railroad down to specific modeling equipment. So it really gives the realistic prototype modeler an opportunity to hear and see how things are actually done on the real railroads, so then they can incorporate that into their layout. Finally, to top off the day, we got to visit the Holmes layout. This HO scale layout features many key points in Hamilton, which is also known as Steeltown, hence the name of Steeltown RPM. Based in the mid-1950s, it features quite a bit of CN and CP, but of course lots of TH&B since it operated a lot in the downtown core of Hamilton. Being based on the Steel City, they even have a 28-foot long section just based on the company Stelco alone. But they also have many other prominent scenes like the Hunter Street Station, the Welland Canal, the now torn down Chatham Street Roundhouse, and members are currently working on building a new Dundas section. So there's always something changing, always something being added to the layout. I've seen it quite a few years ago on one of the Hamilton layout tours, and every single time I see this layout, it never ceases to amaze me. And it also features quite a bit of modeling inspiration for you to take to your home layout. So if you ever are in the Hamilton area and you have an opportunity to see this layout, I very strongly recommend that you make a chance and an opportunity to do so. So that concludes my video about the Steeltown RPM. As I mentioned before, and I'll mention it again, that I highly recommend if you ever have an opportunity to go to an RPM meet, then you definitely, no matter what modeling level you're at, you definitely should go to one. It's great to be able to see different levels of modeling even if you're not there, but that's where you're going to get a whole bunch of your inspiration. And I came back from it highly motivated to start making not only changes to my layout, but even to look at different scenes that I can add and different level of detail that I can bring a scene to life. So that concludes the video, but I'll leave you with the last couple minutes of some rail fanning on the home's layout. So hope you enjoyed the video and hope you enjoyed this layout, and have yourself a great day.